Welcome to 2Nerds and an Actor, the entertainment podcast for the nerd affiliate to the nerd aficionado, where we answer the question, should I go see that, or what did I just watch? I'm here with my nerd keys, Mike Santana.
Oh, nerd keys. All right. Call me. Wait, the train is like passing while I'm trying to come up with this name. All right.
It's part of it. It's part of it.
It is. All right. I'll be key card number 2 in that security guard's pocket. A la Hideo Kojima. Yeah, the people get it. They get it.
And France Jerome.
I was gonna go with the head key, but not in this internet age.
Wow.
Omega key. I'm with it.
Oh, dang.
Oh, he's a frat boy.
Okay. I was going to say, and I'm your head key host, Aisha Jordan.
Works for everyone.
Thank you.
That's fine.
I don't care what you think about it.
Ooh.
Either way.
Ooh.
This is Season 4, Episode 2. Thank you for joining us. Today, as you can tell, we're going to be talking about Locke Key. There's going to be a no spoilers review as well as a spoilers review, so you can decide, should I watch that? What is that? What does it mean? All that kind of jazz. We're going to have some nerdy leaks, some news, some pretty big news has come out, actually, that I would like to understand about Marvel and DC and all these kinds of things. Very strange things going on. And then also some big trailers. Westworld. Who's excited?
For Westworld? Me.
Hype
Fuck
life.
my mind.
Hype life.
All right.
I miss Babe.
Babe. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. I do want to mention that we're very excited this episode because we're using mic stands.
Yeah, can you tell? Can
I feel like, yeah, can you tell? Like, can you tell that I'm using my hands to talk right now?
Francis giving me a look like, don't do it, Mike. Don't do that thing.
Oh, nah, do that thing.
No.
Do it, nah.
But he can give you a look because his hands are free,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aisha's being too aggressive.
I'm sorry. I'll
Stop
calm down.
Using your hands when you
Can
talk.
you hear me smiling?
Aw.
That's called smizing and no.
Smizing was with your eyes. I just want to be specific
Oh,
about
right,
that.
right. That's with the eyes.
So you don't watch America's Next Top Model. It's okay.
No, but I can surmise
knows,
what
yeah.
that means.
Exactly. Smize.
Yeah. One is a real word.
What?
Bars.
This is now a real word. I bet you if you looked in an Urban Dictionary, smize is probably there.
Okay.
All right, back to the important things.
We could Vogue while we do this now.
Oh my God, don't tempt me.
All right.
Watch me hit the mic too. People be like, oh my God, what was that sound?
Shawang.
Exactly.
Francis' ears are bleeding like Deontay Wilder.
What?
No, I just was finishing the meme.
Oh, got it. All right, let's get into the big news because I'm dying to hear more about this. Just myself, I know nothing about it, so I'm very excited.
Yo.
Marvel and DC Comics are rumored to be merging, coming together, becoming one. My number one question is, how is this even possible? How is that a thing?
France, you want to start or
Yeah.
shall I?
Yeah, there were murmurs, and there was murmurs based on stuff that was actually happening already, like these kind of tradings between writers, big like heavy name writers going back and forth. Brian Michael Bendis may have been the biggest name that went back and forth
Between both companies? You're saying like writing?
from Marvel to DC, but with that came some credit. What do you call that again? Like creative directing license. That
Yeah,
like,
he
Okay.
was given even broader, not powers, sphere
Powers.
of influence.
He was given numerous titles on top of just simply moving from one company, Marvel, to competitor DC Publishing.
So he got more creative control because people just liked him so much in both places?
Well, he was at Marvel. He was very successful in diversifying.
Okay.
Yeah, and you could argue too much of Marvel's storytelling leaned up against what he was doing, and it became a very event-driven, year-by-year thing, which was we talked about it in the past. It can be frustrating if you want to hop into reading the comics because you're like, okay, but what was that big event that erased everything before it and before it? But basically, I mean, different outlets have been talking about some things that we thought were just little Easter eggs until you start looking at the Feige wall of the possibilities that lie before us. In our last episode, I had put it in our notes like maybe we should mention that little Thor Easter egg I'm going to talk about briefly. But I'm glad we didn't talk about it then because
this is huge.
Now it's much more than just
more
Easter
substantial,
egg.
yeah.
Right. So long story short, and this is not a comic books podcast, but we will we will show you where the things all tie into movies and TV possibly in the future. Basically, DC had a huge event series called Doomsday Clock, which was like, the Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan in particular.
I was going to say, it's Watchmen type of thing.
Right. With Dr. Manhattan in particular, fucking with the DC's different Earths and stuff, and basically like kind of another retconning them all into like a one streamlined timeline.
That was the most recent one, right? The one that had come. Okay, I remember. But people didn't really like that one.
It's well, they didn't like the fact that it was a series that was supposed to take a year and it took 2 because of delays. Mm-hmm. Now keep that in mind. In the Spoilae, in the 12th final issue of Doomsday Clock, specifically they mention this one world in which Superman like fights Thor. It says by name Thor, and Thor don't get too excited because Thor is the Norse god of thunder. Yeah,
Yeah, but he doesn't exist here.
Well, no. I mean, Norse
in the world.
The ideas of Norse gods do, but it continues to say that there's a green behemoth stronger than Doomsday that saves Superman. So in that
saves Superman.
Yes. So you have Thor being mentioned in the same little comic rectangle as obviously the Hulk. Right. Okay, cool little Easter egg people thought about. All right.
It could be any Thor.
Could be any Thor, but the Green Behemoth, strong as Doomsday, there's only one we know. Okay. Now, in a Thor comic recently, like a month later, there are these, and that's the article I sent to you guys. Mm-hmm. There's, this thing taking over the universe called the Black Winter.
Oh, gosh.
And it's like, imagine black snowfall, but that when it touches you, it disintegrates you, right?
Oh, my God.
And it's an impending, oncoming, you can't stop it type thing that causes Thor to become so desperate that he agrees to be Galactus's new herald, right? And in issue 2, I believe, of that Thor storyline that's going on right now, they show a world being come upon by this Black Winter. Okay. And on that world, they describe, a god of speed, a god of the ocean, a god of the sun, a god of darkness, perhaps. What? This, that, and the other. And it shows little blurry lines in the iconic colors of the Justice League. Like, all racing towards trying to, fight off or fend off this impending Black Winter.
This was Marvel?
Marvel, yes.
Okay.
So, and I missed out on a thing. So, going back a little bit to that DC Easter egg, right? I left out a part. It talks about that event being a secret crisis. Mm-hmm. Okay, matching those two things together should like all comic book Marvel fans and DC fans are like, wait, what? Because we got Secret Wars on the Marvel side,
Crisis on
Infinite Earths, Infinite Crisis, all those things for DC.
I knew those two things.
And it says in 2030 is when Thor and Superman fight, and then the Green Behemoth, whatever. So it's a possibility of a future event. Over here with the Thor comic, which a month later dropped, we get the Justice League almost basically name dropped, like flat out. So here's the thing. We know that when we see comic books, they've been worked on for months. Yeah. If not longer. Especially France, when we went to Comic-Con, when they were showing us covers for, 6 and 7 months down the line with the new X-Men titles coming out. These things are planned in advance. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you got to consider if this Watchmen DC Doomsday Clock thing, was delayed, and it took 2 years to do instead of one. For that Easter egg to line up so nicely with the Thor one a month later, both basically mentioning one another.
Right.
The simple interpretation of that is, oh shit,
that was planned.
It's a nod or it's planned. Maybe there's a future event coming up, a crossover. DC and Marvel haven't crossed over in the comics in a long time. But there's another.
That happened before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the last layer to it makes it even more complex. DC recently let go 5 huge figures in their publishing department.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Didio, I don't know how to pronounce his last name exactly, being one of them, or probably the most prominent name there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's rumors that, and like Variant Comics has covered this and other outlets for nerd media news stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to give credit where credit's due. There's a lot of rumors and rumblings that AT&T, who just acquired Warner and DC,
oh my
they're
gosh.
probably not too keen on this publishing thing.
What?
Mm-hmm. And so there's the rumor that they might be entertaining the idea of licensing their properties in the publishing department to people who would want to use their comic book characters.
This is getting so complicated.
So, yeah. Basically, we're not even done digesting the possibility or, now the reality of the X-Men being with the Avengers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I'm just trying to get
we're still trying to guess how that's going to unravel. I never thought that we could
wildest dreams.
See the possibility of wait, you're telling me that Disney has a chance to
own the entire world
of comic books? Like, yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
That, I mean, I'm sure it blows you guys' minds more than it blows mine. Sorry. But it's just, to me, I remember getting things mixed up. I'd be like, oh yeah, super, like, oh, wrong universe.
Right.
And you like every time, oh, wrong universe. And you're like, oh, right, wrong universe. And now it's like, that's not going to be a thing. Now it's going to be like characters all over the place, talking to this person, that person. And it's like, is it a ploy just to get money? Because obviously that means the movies are open up to like a ridiculous amount of things. And DC could be a way better movie universe than it's been with the kind of like support you have with Marvel going on. Yeah, they have way better,
Yeah. I mean, I look at it like
studio
this.
Stuff.
Strangely enough, Sony Pictures was struggling, so they came to the table with Disney and Marvel, and found a way to borrow out Marvel's original property, Spider-Man, and they've been playing nice, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, the Warner Brothers DCEU movies haven't been doing that great, especially now with the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey renamed, whatever. They've had a rocky road, to say the least.
Yeah.
So is there a possibility that they would license out Batman to the Russo brothers, and for him to appear? I don't know. The point is, it's more of a possibility now than it's ever been.
And this is the won't harp too long, but like the plus on this is creatively, oh my God.
Right.
We get to see the people who can do the thing well, execute well, on a dope-ass character, dope-ass narratives, stuff like that. Right. On the flip side, that murky ethical ground called trusts. Mm-hmm. And who's going to pay the artists?
Oh boy.
If they get paid appropriately, there's a lot on the table. The box office game would be ridiculous.
It would no longer be a game.
Yeah.
Because
and everything is so streamlined to go to the next thing. Like there are comic lines designed to become movies.
Right.
Or change designs after movies. Like it's wild.
Right.
I'll be mad excited for like some of the animated movie writers and stuff to do some Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be down for that for sure.
Yeah. It's basically everything is Toy Story.
Deadass.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Toy Story 10.
Yeah.
All right, so next in our nerdy leaks, this is something that popped up that I thought was very interesting, and it's just something we could kind of chat about, is that the MCU has had its first openly gay superhero that's coming out with the Eternals, with Festus, being played by Brian Tyree Henry. So one of my questions is, what are your thoughts on them not hiring, as we know it, like a queer actor to play this character they've decided is going to be their first gay character?
It's really questionable thought process. Because, like, Brian Tyree Henry he's the goods.
Right.
He hasn't been in anything that I was like, yo, you whacking. He's pretty dope all around. The character itself has not been gay historically. Has been black.
Okay.
But I don't get it. Like, it doesn't. It's not making the proper sense. This seems like forced diversity.
Okay.
Which creative license, folks can do what they're gonna do. They're out here making movies. Cool. Yeah. But there is some kind of apprehension to, like, why not have a queer person play a queer character?
All right. I mean, somewhere Scarlett Johansson is like,
I could do it.
Yelling at her agents.
Nah, she's Rudy. Put me in, coach.
You know what I mean? She's like, what?
Why wasn't I told?
But I could be. Anyway,
Hair flip.
I think I hit the mic stand with my arm. Anyway, I'm sure she's upset somewhere. But how do I feel about it? I can't tell if something is forced diversity until I see how they actually
do it.
Yeah, right.
You know, we've talked numerous times, I'm not going to rehash, about moments where we felt like it was done well, like kind of organically, not sacrificing story for anything except representation. And then we've seen it when it's done kind of like tongue in cheek, and then like it feels like a pander. You know, it feels like pandering.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love that actor. You know, he was in Joker. He's in Atlanta. He's in a lot of things that people might know him. But he always plays a cop.
He was in Child's Play.
He was in Child's Play.
That's right. As a cop.
That's right. See, there you go. You know, so I got to see how they do it. I'm almost certain that there will be some backlash from members of the LGBTQ community,
right?
Because there always is.
And this has been happening so many times in other places.
Right. Like, but I want to see how they do it.
Yeah.
Before I, like, you know, make a judgment either way.
Well, it looks secondhand is what I'll say. It looks like it looks like an afterthought because they added it to a character. So it's kind of like, meh, let's see what they do.
They did add it to this character who, like you said, Franz, historically hasn't been portrayed necessarily as gay. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not privy to how early in the process, when they thought about having this character, that was part of their plan all along. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they added it last weekend. You know what I'm saying?
They're like, you know what?
So for all I know, whoever the creators are behind this, they have a purpose for it within their narrative. Yeah. And we'll see. We'll see how they get it doing.
Well, the last time the MCU had that, it was very subtle.
Captain Marvel.
No, oh my God, the haircut. But,
are you gonna say Steve and Mr. Buchanan?
I was gonna say. In the early, was it Endgame? Is it Endgame? That's Endgame. No, that's
what?
I don't know.
That's Endgame. In the early part of Endgame,
they've had some tension.
I was gonna say it's been
in the early part of Endgame. There's the AA meeting, not the AA meeting, but like the snapped.
Oh, you talking about one of the Russo brothers?
Yeah, one of the Russo brothers.
Yeah,
you talking about Bucky? You talking about Bucky and Steve?
I am talking about Bucky.
I thought you were talking about Bucky and Steve.
Oh, you're talking fanfic.
This is exciting.
Am I though?
I was like, I think it happened in Winter Soldier.
It's the SS Vibranium.
Don't you remember eating those hot dogs? Eating those hot dogs in
Coney Island, those walks, you know?
Exactly.
When the gals weren't looking.
That's what everyone else was thinking.
Yeah. I'm with you till the end of the line.
But like what you're saying is not a character ingrained in the actual like lore of a story or of the comics or whatever. So like, I mean, I kind of feel the same way you all do, where it's like, this is interesting, and I think it's one of those times you're like, man, this is a good point where you can put in some diversity, I guess. But I do need to see how they're going to do it. Yeah. Because if it feels like, oh, let's do it, why not? We'll just make them gay.
Like, did they spin a wheel and and it almost landed on Salma Hayek? And Salma was like, damn, Penelope Cruz is on the other line. All right, now I'm fanficking. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm down for any fanfic.
Yikes.
But yeah, so I think it's just see how they're going to roll it out, because they don't have the best track record with these kinds of things. Ooh. And I mean, like, just the MCU.
Marvel? MCU? Yeah.
Where it's like you bringing it out just like random this or that. Or even like, if you want to say Disney in general, because they do their like random gay kiss and Star Wars.
Let's say Disney in general. I say they have it's like 60-40 hits, misses, and you can flip it either way depending on your opinion.
Agreed.
It's not all bad. It ain't all good either. Yeah. But we could at least say they're trying, I guess.
Exactly. I'm down with the trying. I just hope that they're smart about it and it doesn't just look like, and also he's gay. Yeah, right. And you're like, oh, okay.
Vogue.
Yeah, right.
Right. All right, so the next topic I have, at which I feel like is kind of strange to me, is Tom Holland doing the Uncharted movie coming up.
It's funny you mentioned Tom Holland. I don't want to go backwards with it, but anyway, I'll leave it for another time.
You know how
he's tied into this, diversity and queer representation with Marvel heroes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What? Okay, now you have to say it.
I mean, he's talked about how he would love if Peter Parker and Spider-Man were gay.
Right. I remember.
And the different reactions from fans. I'm like, yeah, but Peter Parker's never been gay.
Right. And then what would be the impetus about making him gay? Like,
right.
How would that?
I think it's just because Tom Holland would think it was cool if a prominent superhero were to come out as gay. Yeah. I mean, like, yes, it would be. Sure. But there already are gay heroes.
Let's hope that new Iceman is on the way.
Exactly. Bobby Drake, Iceman.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Touch of irony.
Yeah, him and Spider-Man are friends.
Oh, no. That
actor is in Locke Key.
Yeah, Sean Ashmore came out as gay after, like, during his time as Iceman.
Yeah.
Wait, that actor's gay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Nelly.
The things that excite you. All right.
What?
Yo, we need a I'm coming out sound drop. I'll put that on the list.
It'll be playing every 10 seconds. I'll be like, all right, next topic. Okay.
No, you would only use it when like we talk about.
Yeah, but I talk about it all the time. I'm like, and then they kiss. I'm gay.
There you go. But anyway, Tom Holland.
Okay, Tom Holland. So he's also going to be playing, I guess, the main character, yes, in Uncharted.
Drake. Nathan Drake.
Okay, questions.
Nathan Drizzy.
That's weird casting. No, it doesn't he look like 12 to you?
I'm going to tell you something right now. You see him as... Actually, I don't want to...
He's like 14 years old.
I don't know how you see him because you also love him.
It's a different situation.
I'm not going to try to understand how you see Tom Holland, but he's a man boy.
He is a man boy.
He's a man boy, and he has the physical chops to play the very physically demanding role of one adventurer, Nathan Drake.
So he's Nathan Drake's kid.
I mean, I'll tell you what, Nathan Drake...
Damn.
Shit. Out of wedlock. Ideally, we would go in a time machine and Nathan Fillion 25 years ago would be Nathan Drake.
Well, he didn't say time machine. He was like, what about Nathan Fillion?
No, he's too old to do it now.
He's like 55.
He can't do any of the stunts.
Yo, I'm at you, bro. I want you to know I believe in you. And magic is real.
You believe in his stunt double.
You watch Castle?
Getting mad work.
Like, his stunts included running.
And
sitting in a car. Wearing armor and writing.
Maybe his hands being tied once in a while.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Right. But he
oh my God.
No, I don't think he's miscast for this. I think it's weird who's cast as Sully
who's cast as Sully?
Okay, so Sully is like in the video games. Mm-hmm. He's like the veteran, I'm too old for this shit.
Ooh.
Pilot / getaway driver / life coach.
Oh, that's a lot.
And you know who they cast for this?
Who is it?
Salma Hayek.
No.
Penelope Cruz.
Listen, my hands are free. You can't be mentioning Salma Hayek like that or willy-nilly. Okay?
Oh, Lord.
Because I will clap for her. Like an applause.
Who did they cast?
They cast none other than Mr. Transformers himself.
Michael Bay?
Shia LaBeouf?
No, the other Mr.
We're
Transformers.
terrible at this.
The one in Calvin Klein.
Wahlberg.
The other Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, no.
Sully. That one's
He's
weird.
Like, do you want to go on this adventure?
There you go. And then he opens
I think we're going to need a map.
Yeah, he opens a map, and like in each of the corners are a brother of the map. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
4 brothers.
Wait, what? No, that's exactly what I meant.
Oh, I was like 4 brothers.
And then we heard like a weird knocking coming from the other apartment.
It wasn't me.
It's fine. It's Locke Key.
Oh, God.
No, I think it's cool. Casting on that end, on the Sully end, I don't know. I need to see grizzled.
Yeah, I don't know.
think I can see grizzled.
To dig up the bones of Jack Palance.
Seems weird.
Ooh.
I thought you were going to say someone like, I don't know, like Idris Elba. It'll be cool. It's weird, but cool.
Yeah, he could do it.
Could do it, but
Right,
I'd
it'd
rather
still
him
be
be like
weird,
the villain
but-
or something.
Oh, yeah, I would like that too.
I'd rather that, Nathan Drake thing. Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we'll see how it goes. I mean, I have all the faith in Tom to do all the stunts, so that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, he's going to just be throwing himself around everywhere.
Yeah.
Rock climbing.
So on another strange note, all these weird decisions happening in news right now, I feel like out of the blue. But the director of Sleight and the writer of Luke Cage are coming together. In talks of coming together to work on the next Star Wars film.
Or not like the next.
Or whenever.
But an upcoming Star Wars
whenever
film.
it's going to be, because apparently Star Wars
Right.
is over, quote unquote, forever.
Oh, no, the Skywalker saga is over forever.
Okay.
Pero.
Never over.
No,
Anyway.
Star Wars, no, it's never over.
But I'm concerned about this because the movie Sleight was atrocious. It was not good.
Whack juice.
And like Luke Cage, I love Luke Cage, but the writing wasn't the thing that got me going. Luke Cage.
So when you were
like,
watching
woo.
Luke Cage, you weren't thinking this is basically a Sith melodrama? You weren't thinking that?
Oh, that was the first thing No!
Okay.
They're like, I'm worried that it's going to sound like the Hayden Christensen ones.
No, the writing can't be that bad.
George Lucas
Can
wrote
it
those.
not?
Yeah, in high school. DK, hands-free,
Yeah.
air quotes.
After school. I don't know. I will put faith, like, it's people of color, right? I believe. J.D. Dillard and Matt Owens is their name.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Those two things were not the exciting. And if we're going to another Star Wars, of course it's going to make money, and they're not going to care that much whether the writing is good or the directing is on point.
You didn't bat an eye when you learned that Taika Waititi is going to be working on the Star Wars thing. We know that that's going to be 2 hours of a stormtrooper and a bounty hunter just talking.
Right. I'm about that. I can do
2
that.
hours. It's going to be the Waiting for Godot of space.
And it would be hilarious.
Possibly.
Possibly. It would be fantastic.
It'll be Oscar worthy.
Yes.
Possibly.
And if he hires some kids, they'd be amazing too, like Jojo Rabbit.
He should do the Broom Kid storyline. Anyway,
Actually,
so true.
yeah, that's a good one.
he should,
I'm gonna
right?
have to add the homie.
You adding a lot of people.
He's going to be like, oh no, I can't
I does
sing.
that. I'm concerned.
What is your level of concern?
Yes.
What DEF CON is it?
This is
Agreed.
DEFCON 4.
Okay. Wait,
that's
help
really
me.
high.
Is the
Isn't it
lower the number
DEFCON
the worst
5?
or the higher the worst?
Yeah, DEFCON 5
DEFCON
is
5
like
is the
high.
worst.
Okay.
Is there
like-
more than 5?
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Not-
really
not in
high.
that system.
No. I mean, there is, but we don't. It's above our pay grade to know
Totally.
what a DEF CON 6 would be.
Woo.
But,
So you put it just shy of 5.
yeah, because I'm like, they didn't do shit to stand on that I care about. I'm like, I don't stand for y'all.
No, Luke Cage
No,
is
the
great.
writing in Luke Cage
Yeah.
is atrocious.
Don't
Not-
you remember the poetry that was the patois? Don't you remember that?
Pure poetry.
You don't remember that?
You're not getting an Emmy for Stokes.
Dogs.
Not
Mariah.
but you add a Mariah to it.
The Hood Emmy, yes. The Hood loves that.
Yes.
Mariah
Hood
Stokes was we
Emmys.
with that noise. But otherwise, I'm like, what the, this is no. Slight was terrible.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
Do I
it
need
didn't
to
make
see
any
Slight
sense.
to understand your hatred?
You should watch it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I dare you to like it.
Because you're going to literally, none of it made sense. Storylines didn't connect. So many plot holes.
The down ass white girl Olympics though.
Down ass white girl. She was for no reason.
Okay.
Um,
I'll put it on my list.
Well, I guess we'll have to. I don't know if it's a confirmed thing. We'll see if it actually does happen. So that'll be on our radar, and we'll let you know if that's worth watching. Panda Watch. All right, before we get into our next segment, we're going to hear a little note from our sponsors. Yeah, No, we don't actually have sponsors yet. So I'm going to take this time to remind everyone to donate to us and to help us sponsor us. If you want your company mentioned on an episode, send us an email at 2nerds.actor@gmail.com. We can help you get your word out there. I mean, we might not have the most listeners, but if you're trying to grow and we're trying to grow, let's grow together. You can donate to us at 2nerdsandanactor.com. You could donate anywhere from $1 to $100, even more than that. Or if you want to do monthlies, you can give more over time, but less at the moment. That is also a possibility. So check it out.
Yeah, these mic stands were not free.
Exactly. All your donations go towards our new sound editor. So thank you to Wild Horse Recording, LLC. We do want to give a shout out. We've just started working with them. And if you noticed in our last episode, it sounded pretty crispy because that costs money. So if you donate, it goes towards paying our awesome new sound editor, our hosting costs, and all the things that actually keep these mics on. Honestly, we're paying out of pocket, and it would be great to be able to keep that money to my rent. So,
Oh my God.
Hey, I mean,
it's the truth. I don't got like mad disposable income
they
here.
want us podcasting at the Gun Hill train station.
Exactly.
That's what they want.
So, other ways you can actually help us get things like earned dollars, like actually get sponsors, is if you like and subscribe and share these episodes. We need exposure. So if you like this episode, just click the like button, share it to your friends, hashtag 2Nerds and an actor, whatever you want to do to let people know that we exist and that we're awesome, and make sure you subscribe. And even better, write a review. Say in the comments, say anywhere that you think this is awesome. Give us 5 stars. Give us whatever it is that makes people see. Because actually, that's how, algorithms.
Oh.
That's how the algorithm. If we get lots of reviews, we get lots of things.
Likes and comments.
Exactly. People will be able to see us more.
It's called engagement.
Momentum.
Engagement.
Yeah.
And then if you're a blogger, write a review about us, tell us, share it, post it, let us know. And with every person who donates, we're going to shout you out in an episode. So if we get a new donor, or if we get a new review or a new whatever, we'll talk about it in this little segment. And then when you listen, you can be like, oh my God, that's me. How exciting.
You can be part of something great.
And we're going to have magnets soon.
Yeah,
And that'll be fun too. Everyone likes our logo. All right, so that's it. If you really want to see us thrive, give us money, do a review, shout outs.
My watch has stopped.
Oh my gosh.
It's been magnetized.
France is trying
He's
as
doing
hard as
his
he can
own.
to get us sued.
That's just a line.
That's all he's
I didn't just
doing.
use the joke. He's like,
He wants the studios
He's
to
trying to
come
make
at
his
us.
own
that's right, Fox.
sound
Come at me, bro. Oh, wait.
to make
You
this
don't
work.
exist.
I just want these small little startup companies like Disney to just like
Small startup company.
throw a coin to your podcaster, you know? Toss
Ooh.
a coin to your podcaster. You trying to do this.
All right, so we're going to jump right into our no spoilers review of Locke Key. So if you haven't seen it and you want to know if you should see it,
On Netflix.
on Netflix, all episodes available now. Now's your chance to listen.
Locke and Key.
Okay. So without any spoilers, let's each talk about what can some wannabe watchers, those people out there, what could they
Damn.
expect?
We already
from
calling them
Locke and Key?
herbs.
Mark-ass watchers.
No, like they want to watch maybe, but
Okay.
they're not sure. Like, what could they expect from Locke and Key?
All right.
Let's start with France, because he actually read the graphic novel.
Mike did as well.
You
No,
did?
No, I fucking
Mike read every letter.
That
like,
is
I
not
didn't-
Hold him
true.
accountable.
He did.
These
It was
things
just
are
you.
slanderous.
You're lying.
Nah, so the reading the book was nuts. Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez, I believe their names are. Like these two, like the artwork was crazy, was awesome.
Which they also helped on the show. Their names are in the
Yeah,
credits.
they OD produced and consulted. Man, how do you? It's very Lovecraftian. Like that's like prime, like is super inspired by Lovecraft and that idea that the stuff that happens in an everyday situation could be really dark, but also super fantastical.
Right.
And there was things behind things, inside things, around things, like puzzles hidden in puzzles. The book did that. The show nailed that. It was like the feel of the book was entirely nailed. Everything happened. Everything unfolds. And it never unfolds in a straight line. It's always go left, go right. Oh, now you're where you're supposed to be type stuff. The show, the tone, nailed it. They made up a town. Massachusetts does not exist. I want to be clear.
He literally looked it up. He was like, do you know this place? I was like, maybe it's near Boston.
You knew that place? Weren't you guys rivals with them in high school?
I mean,
could have been possible.
Go Wildcats.
They were closer to the coast, though. So in my mind, I was like, I think they're in Nantucket. That's how I felt.
Wow.
Boom.
I'm not
All
a
the
Nantucket
answers
person.
lie within that poem.
It's true.
Yeah, so I mean, no spoilers. Just there was nothing in the book that was missed. Like they really hit everything, every plot point that was in the book.
Okay.
And there were things that were, for the sake of the medium, are left out, but they get alluded to.
Because later they'll pay off.
Because later they have to do it.
Okay.
That's just kind of how TV works.
All right.
I was like, oh, okay. This is cool.
Okay.
But there's more than one, like, what's happened in this season isn't all of the books, right?
No,
It's
this
like
is book one.
Book one, right. How many books are there?
If memory serves, like 4.
Oh, okay.
So we can expect 7 seasons of Locke and Key ahead of us.
Got it.
We're going to do a crossover
Yeah, because
with...
what I was going to ask France as a follow-up to that question, Aisha, not knowing what he was going to say to it, was, another Netflix series based on a comic book that we saw recently that we love, that we're anticipating season 2 of, Umbrella Academy. We've talked about how, Spoilae, Umbrella Academy's season 1 matched some of the plot point stuff in volume 1 of the comic, but deviated a lot. And so it's interesting. I was not expecting to hear that they had stuck to it as faithfully as you're saying they did with Locke and Key. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's dope.
I stand corrected. There are like 6. There's 6 volumes.
Oh.
But then a bunch of offshoots called Clockworks.
Oh, okay. So there's chances for offshoots, and this could go on forever.
Well, yeah. The way it was scaffolded. How do I want to... Nope, that's kind of a spoiler.
No spoiler.
So, yeah, I'm going to be quiet about that.
Okay. Well, I would say what you can expect is it's a little childlike, I want to say. Not in the sense where you're like, this is just for kids, I don't get it. But it is a lot of geared towards kids, I want to say. And if you can't handle like teenage types of dramas along with your lore, you're probably going to get pulled out of it pretty quick. Me, as soon as I have a lore that I freaking am very interested in, I don't care what kind of hokey teenager thing is going on. I need to know.
They need
what
to get
this
ready
is.
for the midwinter ball.
Yeah. And you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
When does this thing happen?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Yeah.
But I know from some other people that was really hard for them to get past. Was like, the teenage
I can
stuff.
see that.
Yeah.
I would, if I may.
Yeah.
For me, it wasn't necessarily. It was more like told kind of from behind the camera of the kid's perspective. Like,
right.
It goes from feeling goosebump-ish to not quite Penny Dreadful, but
Yeah.
it finds this weird medium between the childlike wonder of the spookiness and then really some dark shit.
I agree. I loved that about it.
It kind of wavers. Like when I watched episode 1 with my monsters, who they've seen Umbrella Academy numerous times.
Oh, right.
So they can handle stuff like that. I didn't quite know how far things were gonna go with this, because I was unfamiliar with it.
Yeah.
So there's a bra. Cover your eyes, kids. They did. Nothing happened.
Right.
Of their concern. But I never knew quite how far things were gonna go.
Yeah.
Like,
I have some questions about that when we get to Spoilae.
right. So, I mean, what can you expect? You can kind of expect that some sort of medium between those level of thriller, suspense type moments. But keep in mind, it's told mostly with this, like Aisha mentioned, alluded to, like a childlike thing. So even though, yes, France, it is Lovecraftian in how the stories unfold and the lore and all that stuff, there's still this whimsical nature to it that no matter how dark it gets, it's still grounded in the wonder of the children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so how should people go into watching this? You know, if they're like, okay, I'm going to take that plunge, how should they approach it? So they're not like, disappointed, or they can really get in the full story?
You know, it depends on what you like. If you're into supernatural, then you're going to love this. I also am into supernatural very much and love this. But yeah, if you can deal with teen drama in your life, okay, you can watch this. But definitely go into it knowing that no matter how teen angsty their moments are, that is going to be sandwiched with some really dark, dope looking shit with great special effects. Because it gets dark. Dark in places you don't anticipate it to get dark.
I agree. I think if you really like, I don't want to go too far and say horror, but if you like horror things that have a really good story, then you can go in it thinking like that. It's like it's not so much like you're going to be totally scared or you're going to be like, oh my God, jump this, jump that. But it's these really kind of creepy things that have an undertone of something deeper that you get to follow along with the story. If that's what you really love, like you can go in knowing you're going to go. It's a good ride. Yeah,
I agree with most of all of that. Yeah. You go into it with the expectations that you're seeing not as hokey as a CW thing with the teens. It's not that kind of cheesy. Gets close.
Yeah.
But just expect some really cool lore. And what I would say is every episode has a hell of a cliffhanger. Like sometimes the Netflix episodes for this series, you know, you want to watch more, but they don't always end with a great cliffhanger.
Right, you're not
I can stop here.
I have to watch the next episode.
There's no breathing space in between episodes. They did a really good job of, I have to watch. So they do a really good job with that.
It's funny because we watched, I think, 1 or 2 episodes, and then like it was late, so we're like, oh, we gotta go to sleep.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, and then the next day, like this guy goes to work, you know, like I work out of the home. I was like, God, I just want to put on Locke Key. I was like, but I don't want to watch without him. So it does that to you.
So there you go. It's borderline risk your marriage.
Oh my God.
That's what I was trying
addiction.
to say.
Yeah.
All right, so we want to jump into our no spoilers review of Sonic the Hedgehog, which I didn't think we would all actually go see. Like, I want to see was
what?
No, just like
I swore to you on the lives of that I would go.
I knew that you were gonna go, but I was like, if I don't go, I'm fine with someone spoiling it for me. Like, but we ended up going.
We ended up. Where'd you go see it?
Good time.
In Alamo?
Come on.
Did they have a special menu?
No, they didn't.
What? Not even onion rings?
Oh my God. Maybe they didn't. We didn't pay attention. I didn't see a special menu.
I am so.
I feel like
every
I
time I ask if there's a special menu for a movie that should have one,
it doesn't.
You guys always tell me no.
It'd always be like the weird one that you're like, why does this one have the special menu?
It had to be an onion ring one, at least, or a chili dog. Anyway,
I
whatever.
didn't see any of that. But also, they didn't have good like before the movie starts stuff. You know what?
For Sonic,
it was so random.
I thought there would be more.
What?
It was like randomly for like 10 minutes. It showed this hedgehog and like someone trying to feed it an apple.
An actual hedgehog.
A real hedgehog.
A real one.
It was
I
weird.
am so whatever. That's y'all's theater.
It was upsetting because I got there like, oh, we can see some cool stuff about like Sonic and like the video game or like some things from other countries that did Sonic stuff.
Eggs. There's so many things.
So many things.
Wow, whatever.
Okay, so on that same vein, Is it worth going to the actual movie theater for? Don't take that last talk about like don't go to the movie theater for it.
No. She was
just talking about alcohol.
And friends were specifically referencing the pre-show little crazy montage stuff that is signature to the movie-going experience of those who go to Alamo Drafthouse. Yes, that is Alamo Drafthouse, a potential sponsor if they fucking listen to us.
Yes.
Anyway, yes. God,
so going to the theater?
If you are a child of the 90s, if any of your childhood brushed up against the decade that is the 90s, and you don't fucking go to watch this movie, shame on you.
Damn.
For shame.
Wow.
It's Sanic.
I don't know. I guess I was kind of on the fence about actually going to the movie theater for it.
But you went.
I did go, but again, I could have stayed home too. I think it was out. No, that doesn't. Okay, I just want to be clear. It doesn't mean I didn't like it. It doesn't mean it wasn't good. I thought it was great. I thought it was very engaging and way better than I expected it to be.
Right.
But I didn't know if I was like, man, I'm so glad I went to the movie theater.
Even given the backstory of how the studio spent money to redesign from the ground up.
Yeah.
The aesthetics of their film.
That's inspiring that they were like, you know what? What did they say? We've heard you.
We bullied them into doing a better movie. And they did it.
I was not creeped out by the graphics of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Right.
I was not creeped out at all.
France. Black Knuckles.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But should people go watch it
in
the
theater? Movie theater. It's a movie. No. I'm joking. It's not for this
movie. It deadass depends on if you have kids or not. It kind of almost it's like because the special effects in it were very well done.
Very well. I'm sorry. This is your take. I'm sorry.
The redesign. I'm starting to think that original design was a fucking ploy.
But it wasn't, get people
obviously it wasn't because
if it was,
it's a lot of money.
Chef's kiss. Look, for your headphones.
The VFX crew got shut down. So
afterwards,
they made them crunch to fix it and then shut down. So I guess it was not.
They'll pick up work.
Here's the hoping, but the special effects were really good. They require seeing it in the movie theater for the full effect of it.
Okay.
So your answer would be
fair.
So your answer would be yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That seems fair when it comes to things like when you have complete character who's all special effects.
I have. Yeah. You know what? This is non-spoilae.
Okay.
I would say, even given the annoying audience I ended up going to watch this with.
Yikes.
And when I say annoying, pick people who are barbecuing in the third row. Okay.
All right. Stop the badness.
All right. So, nightmare audience, besides me and my family there, it was worth it, the movie-going experience, for that mid and post-credit scene reaction.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that was very fun.
So you know what? Boom. For that alone.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Go
I agree
watch
to that. Okay, so my other question is, does it in fact satisfy adults and kids? I think that's a big question people have. Like, should I go see this if it's just for kids?
Right. Well, France said if you have kids, so.
He did.
I mean, I brought a group of young people to see it, and it amplified my ability to deal with the corny lines. But even the corny lines were done well.
Right.
It knew what it was.
Yes.
And I appreciated it.
But what age kids did you see it? You saw it with like
I saw it with high schoolers.
And they enjoyed it as much as like any other kid?
Yeah, because what happens is the corny lines were delivered so well that they would like turn to me and be like, yo, that's crazy. But they were enjoying it.
Yeah. Okay.
They didn't go, yo, turn this shit off.
I would also like to point out, because it's not spoiler really, the corniest lines in the movie are all from the trailers. Yep. Mostly.
Oh, yeah. So they were like, let's get this out of the way.
I'm going to say that.
Okay. I may be the unpopular opinion. I think it really is.
Just be real.
I just think it is for kids. You can also enjoy it. I didn't feel like I shouldn't be there. I didn't get it or it was too corny, but I do feel like it was.
Which kid did you take?
It's really for kids. You talking to me? I took France.
And I enjoyed it.
I'm just saying, I did enjoy it. And I just feel like sometimes when things are really good for kids and adults, there's like adult jokes in there.
There were adult jokes in this one. Quite a few.
It wasn't as like, I don't know.
What? We're not remembering some of the jokes.
But I don't mean like that. I just mean like in a way where you're like, I'm engaged in this story as an adult. I mean, I was engaged as like my kid self, and then also like, wow, I know kids probably really love this. I'm having a good time. It's a good story, but that's not to say don't go see it.
I've already said that, children of the 90s who are reaching their 30s now, would definitely should go see it. And I mean that. Like, I think there's enough there, even just for the visuals, that's appealing to everyone. I noticed numerous jokes that were not for the children at all. There was some of them that had us adults looking across the aisle at each other like what the fuck? But it was, well done, so I was fine with it. Just listen. You want to support the artists.
Support Jim Carrey.
Support
He was in rare
I'm gonna tell you something right
form.
now. Yes, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You can make the argument this movie is worth seeing just for him.
Oh my! I mean, that's what we kind of thought it was gonna be.
No. I thought he was just mailing this one in. I
really?
did. I thought. Come on.
I was like, Jim Carrey's gonna carry this whole movie.
You know what? Him and James Marsden did the damn thing.
Facts.
He is. You know what? He's still my Cyclops until he gets replaced.
I was like,
can't vouch for that.
He's been replaced.
I can't
Westworld. On Westworld.
Yeah.
Westworld.
He was not Scott
in this movie.
Take off my stunners.
What is that character's name again?
What, in Sonic?
In Westworld.
Oh, the Donut Lord.
Woody?
The Donut Lord.
No, his name is not Woody. Oh, come on.
A friend.
On that note, we're going to take a break.
For chili dogs.
Let people stretch their legs or something.
All right.
Or cool down at the gym.
Or Wikipedia, IMDb, Jaleel White.
Oh.
What?
That too.
The voice of Sonic.
Really?
In the cartoon, not in the movie.
I was like, what?
No. In the movie, it's a way different person that you know.
Yeah, that's how I do.
Yeah.
I guess we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Break.
How much calcium we actually need brings up an interesting phenomenon. Consume the most calcium.
All right, and we're back. So I hope you were able to take that time and be like, should I keep listening? Yes. And now you're here with us again. We are going to jump into our Spoilae.
Spoilae.
Once we get that sound thing of Sonic the Hedgehog and Locke Key. I'm going to bring it back to Locke Key because it's just so intense and I loved it a lot, actually.
Oh. Okay.
I did. Well, didn't I say? I was like, I watched it. I was like, I must watch this some more.
Oh.
Okay.
So, one of the things that I got kind of actually upset about in the show was the level of unanswered questions. But now that I know there's like 6 volumes of it, it's like, okay, that's why. But what are the things that left you kind of like baffled and like miffed and like, what does it mean? And I need to know more about that.
I mean, this is a given with with most shows from a kid's perspective, but how do I say this delicately?
Do we need to be delicate?
With, Alexi, we're watching this, and she's seeing decisions that are being made by the characters. And
right?
It's episode 1. And she gives me this look that I interpreted, even though she's way too young. She gave me this look like white people problems. Like,
yes.
She gave me this look like, why did they do that?
Why did they do that?
There's so many things so many decisions they make when they have all the keys that I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Why did you do that?
You know? Mm-hmm. So you have to suspend your disbelief Less so for the
of common sense.
Yeah, less so for the magic of what's happening.
Yes.
And more so for the utter stupidity of the characters. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just, you kind of have to just deal with, oh, why do we do that?
Like Spoilae, right? We're in Spoilae.
Oh, we are full Spoilae.
When freaking, what's her name? Ellie is like, oh, I have that crown at my house. Why does she take the key with her?
Exactly.
Just leave it with them.
Right. And speaking of Ellie, who it was very hard for me to sympathize with her.
It was hard.
Was she under any real duress? I mean, yes, her once dead
teenage boyfriend.
demon possessed, show up to her house because he has the anywhere key. But we learn how the anywhere key works. When he leaves, which he leaves often,
yes,
and leaves you unattended and unmonitored
for long periods of time.
Why the fuck didn't you just duffel bag it up and leave?
Go anywhere.
Go to the neighbor's house. He won't know
because he's never been there.
Yeah, he won't know where you are.
You don't know where you are.
I was like, just open all the doors.
Yeah, so fuck all that. That's another thing.
Keep them all open.
Although there was a little scene where, like, what's the name?
They walked in and out at the same time.
Yeah, they're walking in at the same time.
Oh, that's
So
right.
maybe
right,
that
right,
doesn't
right.
matter.
Maybe that doesn't work.
Whatever.
I can't.
That's a pot. Yeah, just leave the fucking doors cracked. Does it work on screen doors? Is my question too.
Only in New Orleans.
If you keep the screen doors like dunk. I locked the screen door, bitch. What?
Yeah, and what? Right? If you have those double doors. So yeah, you gotta that was the thing that left me miffed because the decision making of the characters at times was just utterly buffoonish. But
so, for some people, there was like one character that would like take them out of it. Who was it? France, I remember someone said there was a character they were like, oh, every time I saw them, they took me out of it.
It was the mom. The mom and the daughter.
She is no Winona Ryder. I'll tell you that right now.
No,
she wasn't.
Not getting an Emmy for this.
In terms of Netflix momming, she is no Winona Ryder.
She was not the Emmy Netflix mom.
Fucking solve something.
Yeah.
Could you please?
And then like, no, for me it was the kid sometimes.
The youngest kid.
Bodhi. He was fine, but like he would just do certain things or like start talking. I'd be like, oh, all right, Bodhi. Okay, enough. He would like get a key and immediately be like, oh, let me go see what this does. I'm like, dude, you're alone. Right. Some random witch demon could come out and like pierce you in the chest. And you're all like, all in. I'm going to go see what this key does.
Out in the woods.
I'm going to go, yeah. Oh, I guess it goes here. Oh, let me go look in this well again to talk to the well lady. This is fun. Like, who are you? But then again, like, if your mom isn't the Emmy-winning Netflix mom,
that's right.
I don't know what to tell you.
Running amok out here, I guess.
Not. She was a coffee mug alcoholic.
She was.
I'm not making light of alcoholism or chemical dependency.
No.
But I just found it kind of funny that she kept drinking it out of a coffee mug.
She did. It was supposed to like mean something because
I guess
the husband like gave it to her.
You know what? You thought way more into that than I.
Yeah, because like there was that one flashback moment she had where she's like remembering. First of all, his name is Rendell. I was like, who names your child?
I thought it was Grendel because they grunted it earlier, but no, it was worse. It was Rendell.
I was like, who the hell is Rendell?
Also, they did I know Walking Dead is not the only one, but they kind of perfected it where you kill off a character of color and then you introduce a new one. Yep. So they kill off the was he the principal? What was he?
Oh,
at this point, yeah, he was the principal.
Yeah, they kill off the principal.
I was mad they did
black
that.
guy friend, and then which is weird because we just saw him in Birds of Prey.
Yep.
And they replace him with the new black detective guy or chief of police or whoever he was. And I was like,
T'Challa.
Right.
What?
So I mean, it's full Spoilae since they kind of sort of got rid of the black lady.
I know. I guess that's one thing I'm interested in.
Expect some black characters to show up in season 2 of Locke Key.
I hope so.
I
am interested to know what happened to her in that Omega door. Like, is she dead?
Well, I mean, that was what miffed me. I need to know some specificity about the death door. Not the door where you turn into the astral projection door.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that should end up being a gigantic plot point. And I'm like,
in the show, right?
Yeah. Ended up being a crazy plot point, and I needed a little more specificity around that.
Yeah, because the question is, can the serial killer dude who went through it and they closed the door on him and took his body away,
Can he come back?
Could he come back?
Can he? Well, his body is probably disposed.
Nah, it's a clip for that.
Well,
but if he's not really dead.
No, but here's my question. Wait. Can he inhabit the body of someone else? Like, for example, if someone opens that door and walks through
right.
and ghost it up, can he kind of slip and go into their body? And now he is reformed. Can he do that? That's my question.
So the thing that I got from it is that if that door closes, your entire being disappears. Because they closed that door and he fizzled away.
Did he though? It was hovering there for a while.
It was hovering there for a while, but then it fizzled. And then when Bodhi went through it, he was like, keep the door open. Like he was like telling him to make sure to keep the door open. And I was like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah,
he don't know nothing.
Right. But that doesn't mean, just because he fizzled away, doesn't mean like if the door opens again, could his being come back?
I loved when older brother kid. I'm terrible with names when I need them. Tyler.
I remember that.
I liked when older brother Tyler had the idea to put the books in his head. That was really cool.
That was really fun.
Why the fuck didn't he have the idea to put those glowing memory jar things back in the head of his uncle?
That's what I was thinking.
Like, I would have thrown the duffel bag in his head right away.
So I was like, are they going to give him his memories back? This dude is floating around like so sad.
Yeah, we're going to keep him in this duffel.
Keeps getting migraines. I'm like, because pieces of your brain are missing, man.
Yeah. Bottom of his shoes are so fucking clean all the time. Just stepping on people's beds with his outside clothes. And hey, guys, how's it going?
There was one question that I thought was interesting I saw on the interwebs. Someone asked, did they burn the key things inside their chest, like those scars, to make sure that they remembered magic when they became adults?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Unless there was more to that ritual that we don't know of.
Right, that's true. They were very secretive.
You know?
As a reader of the book, I cannot tell you.
Yeah, but that doesn't tell me that you know either. Like, I'm not sure if you can't tell us because you don't want to, or you can't tell us because you don't know. Which is perfect. Don't elaborate on it.
Do you even want to know?
No, I don't. And all you're doing now is pissing me off.
Yes.
Okay, so my next question is, where did I put that? What got you invested in the show? What was that thing that you're like, oh, okay, I'm in. I'm going to watch all these episodes right now.
We can't say the podcast, right?
Right? Because we mentioned our own podcast.
No, not like obligation. Like, even if you were obligated and you're like, you could be like, oh, I hate this. Like, we had to watch the second season of Altered Carbon, and it was, I'm not going to get into it. But if I had to watch this, I was totally in. Mm-hmm. And for me, it wasn't just the keys, because I think that was like, oh, you knew it was coming, and it was like, oh, this is interesting. But for me, it was like, one, are there more keys? And then two, something they never touch on that I really wanted to know more about was, why is this in their freaking family? Like, that's his family name. They own this house for generations. They run into this guy's, like, ghost of the great-great-grandfather.
And, like, chilling.
Just chilling. And I'm like,
the only one who decided to stay.
Yeah.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Exactly. And, like, who made these freaking keys?
I don't know. Can you make more? I don't know.
Exactly. So that got me immediately, like, again, like I said, I am, like, I'm down for lore. Even if it's something that is annoying lore, I just need to know, what is it? Why is it there? What does it do? Like,
Umbrella Academy got me to watch it because I was like, okay, another Netflix property taking source material from a comic. You know, I was like, okay, can they nail this one too, or can they make a good show from that too? And you know, like I mentioned, I have my monsters here, so I was like, let's watch the first episode together. Let's see. And we all dug it. So that was pretty much, Netflix earned that check-in on Locke Key right away. And even before I heard anything about it, I was hooked.
Word, it's the quality of the properties being chosen that got me. Independently of the Marvel joints that was on Netflix, which were like already bound to terribleness, kind of.
Whoa.
They were bound to bureaucratic red tape and all types of things.
Daredevil was so good.
Daredevil had the best moments.
But wasn't that the only one that was good?
No, Daredevil was the best series.
Yes.
Period.
Point blank.
Full stop.
Punto.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like, but it was, but the quality, like, so like Mike, Umbrella Academy, the quality of it of that property brought me. I was like, okay, if they taking joints that's not campy, not hokey, not nothing. Like these are actually this gets dark.
Yeah.
We saw arguably the brightest and one with the most levity in it. They don't do that after this.
Damn, so we saw
Oh, okay.
which is the first one? Was it Chamber of Secrets or Sorcerer's Stone?
The first one was Philosopher's Stone.
Sorcerer's Stone.
Sorcerer's Stone featuring the Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's Stone is the UK version.
Yeah, my bad.
So this was the Sorcerer's Stone?
Dead ass.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's just about to get deeper.
They're gonna start growing their hair long.
Well, I mean, with things where they have like a head key and there's a woman in
The asylum.
insane asylum
Well, she
with
wasn't
she's
actually-
stuck inside her own head. You're like, that's kind of dark in itself. Are we gonna have to go in her head and free her? And then even this girl takes her fear outside of her, and it's this demoness looking thing with mad long like that scared me.
We got
That's just running around.
shape-shifting demons
Shape shifting
who
demons.
fuck siblings.
Yep.
Yo.
And like they just like Star Wars hold my beer when it comes to that, because it's like we gonna
my
make
gosh.
all of y'all.
First, second, third base, and home.
The whole family.
All right.
I knew that Gabe something was up with him from the beginning because he was always so gung-ho about things he knew nothing about.
He was way too helpful and eager from jump.
Jump.
I knew
And I was
something-
like,
But I
it's not
didn't
that you
suspect
just
he was the
like him.
demon.
I didn't suspect he was the demon, but I thought maybe he was like related to someone who, because they had the Omega tattoo. I was like, something about him, his family's obsessed with it. I don't know.
Wow.
And then it ended up being the actual demon lady.
I knew because of American Vandal.
Yo, that show's so good. Also, they missed an opportunity to say, get out of Dodge.
Mad
Right.
times.
I was waiting.
But Tyler was getting into Dodge.
Exactly.
Ayo, while they
Someone
were
could
in
have
a Dodge?
said,
Whoa.
they were in a
Nah,
Dodge.
that was a Ford.
What an artful Dodger.
Whoa.
All right.
Newsies.
So, we're excited.
Newsies.
Somebody online was like, oh, maybe we'll find out in other seasons. And I think a director, it was like an interview with the director, was like, well, we haven't
Mind
been
your fucking
greenlit for
business.
season 2 yet. So I imagine they're probably been
They'll get
greenlit by
picked
now.
up, yeah.
Yeah.
I think enough people saw it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, watch Lock and Key. Not perfect, but entertaining.
So
Great
entertaining.
cliffhangers, cool lore.
Cool, Lord.
Yeah.
All right, into Sonic the Hedgehog, Spoilae. Here we go. Who's excited?
Me.
I know, Mike is very excited. All right, so I'll ask you, Mike, then. What parts of this movie sold it for you? Because you seem very excited
Like
about
sold it for me. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. The aesthetic of Sonic redone was enough for me to say, okay, if they cared enough to make him look better, even if the movie's bad, if he looks that good, maybe there'll be something here. The aesthetic
Okay.
alone pulled me in.
it. Okay.
Because I was skeptical of Jim Carrey's before. I really,
really?
I didn't see him taking this as
As
seriously as
That was
Robotnik?
like the
Yeah.
only thing that
Yeah.
interests me.
I didn't see that. I was like, is he gonna like really try with this? And yeah, he does. Full Grinch. He goes in.
Yeah.
And I was so happy for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the aesthetics, I guess, was what pulled me in. Jim Carrey kept me there though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there you go.
Oh, there's one thing that we didn't do in
Oh.
our little agenda. This is the perfect time to ask this, and then we'll come back to our little Spoilae review.
Oh, okay.
We wanted to ask you, Mike, specifically.
Me.
Obviously now, because you really love this movie, too.
I did.
I know. Okay, so our question is, what do you think is a crucial element to the successful video game to movie adaptation?
All right, that's tricky. Let's include video game to just like live action, because Witcher,
Sure, yes,
The Witcher,
yeah.
even though it's based on the books, but whatever.
Right, yeah.
I would say that a lot of attempt, because there haven't been that many successful video game to
true.
live action adaptations.
Yeah.
Just two.
I think when you stray too far away from the core of what makes that story or that gaming experience fun, or when you try too hard to recreate it completely in a different medium altogether, when you go to those extremes, that's
Yeah.
where you lose an opportunity. So I think as long as you are a movie that captures the spirit of what it feels like to embody those characters,
Right.
most of the time the characters in the video games are really badass.
Right.
Or the possibilities of them are exciting all the time. You know, when you're controlling them, you're controlling Sonic, you're the fastest thing alive.
Right.
So in this movie, they capture the spirit of how fun it is to be the fucking fastest thing alive in Sonic.
True.
The music is also very important. Sound effects. I would say huge disappointment was that the film didn't open with Sega. The audience,
They get close. They came close,
but they didn't do it. The
it.
audience there, though, they did it.
Yeah.
No way.
They did it for
because
them.
the thing comes up, the pixelated, the
Yeah.
mosaic.
Yeah. But other than that, Sonic did a really good job of just capturing the spirit. It didn't feel like I was playing the game, but I felt like
This could be a story
That's-
completely a part of.
Sure,
that
but
game world.
more so, they just captured the spirit of what made that game fun. So, like with upcoming, we mentioned, I'll just talk with Uncharted.
Right.
That needs to feel like it needs to feel like Indiana Jones with John Wick level stunts. I'm not even joking. Because when you play the Uncharted games, the signature of those games is not just the humor of the characters, not just the dialogue and all this stuff. It is the cinematic moments within the game that you are in control of.
You're in control. Oh, right.
Yeah,
That's how
these
that game
quick time-
goes.
They have to have like Mission Impossible levels of what the fuck moments
Yeah.
to capture the spirit of that game.
Okay.
And all, Tom Holland embodying danger and almost dying, but not.
I feel like he could do that.
Oh, yeah. So that's what I think a video game movie, a successful one,
Yeah.
is able to do.
That
or should
puts
be able
it
to
so
do.
much in perspective, I think, looking back at other video game movies. Like, for instance, Rampage did so well, and everyone's like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, this game is just about these random fucking beasts, like, destroying,
Pretty much.
Cities.
Didn't
But-
hurt that The Rock was in it.
Yeah, and then also The Rock. But, like, they knew that that's what it was, and they just were like, we're going to capture the spirit of this completely ridiculous thing happening and make it fun for you to watch. So I feel like that makes so much sense. Well, thank you, Mike.
Sure.
If you ever have a question out there that you want any of us to answer, Aisha, France, or Mike, you should put in the comments or send us an email or shoot us a little DM and we'll answer your question on the podcast. All right, let's get back into our Spoilae review, Sonic the Hedgehog. Mike was very excited about it. I was kind of whatever about it. The thing that got me about this movie really was Jim Carrey. And I kind of knew that's what it was when I was going into it. That's why I went. And I wasn't disappointed at all. But I also was like weirded out about how good he was doing.
Right?
Because it was like, it was just strange. Like, I need him to be different or something. Or I was like, this isn't right. Why are you
Taking this seriously.
Yes, yeah. I think it was just like so strange and it like tickled me. But the whole Sonic thing was like very fun because I remember playing the game as a kid, but I was not as excited about the whole movie except for that Tails reveal.
You mean that Thanos level reveal?
Because Tails is literally my favorite character. Like, friends was like, really? I was like, yes, because you could do so many things with Tails. It was so
fly
fun.
with it.
You can fly with Tails. So
And he sounded adorable.
he did. As soon as it happened, like, it was coming up, I was like, no. Is it Tails?
Yeah.
Is it Tails?
I didn't think they were going to show his face.
Yeah, and then fly up. Like,
Yeah, I thought if you're going to show me Tails, dick tease me. I didn't think
a shadow.
that is not an invitation to DM me furry related things. I'm just saying, if you're gonna like go right into Tails
Right.
and all that, and I was like, wow, they gave him a voice.
They
showed him
what a little
flying.
like what is
They show
that
him
digital
running, too.
thingy thing?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? That was really cool.
That's pretty
That
dope.
was very fun.
I mean, it even starts with like that tribe of echidnas.
Yeah.
So automatic,
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
shit, Knuckles.
Yeah.
So, France, what pulled you into the movie?
What pulled me in? What pulled me? It was a humor. I'm a big fan of subtle humor and Easter eggs. That's the shit I pay close attention to. So Sonic fucking with James Martin, the cop, with the speed reader. And then how he shows up in the back window and he's reading it. He's like, and then he goes and does it again. He's like, yeah, I got it.
Like, yes.
Those little things, those things sit well with me.
It's a high score.
Naming facts.
Yeah.
Naming the town Green Hills.
Yeah.
For Green Hills Zone. I was like, those little things go a long way with me. And they had a lot of, oh my God, there were a lot of them.
There's a lot of those, yeah.
If I may, like the idea that he dreaded going to a mushroom planet.
Yeah.
At first, when it was mentioned, I thought it was like a jab at Nintendo.
Yeah.
But when it was an actual place, I was like, oh shit. Okay, no, it's a real place. All right.
I thought it was. I was like, oh, friggin' mushroom.
And then what kept me, like Aisha said, was Jim Carrey, man. He really went for it.
Grinch
When he was analyzing the like quill thing, that was the part that I was like, I can't.
It's like the
He's
shot.
like skiing.
Yeah, right? Yes, with the VR and running for the dinosaurs. And then the head. But that's your point earlier, France, where you said this corny stuff. I feel like his corniest line was what we saw in the trailer when he's shushing the.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then after that, everything is just, he sells it.
That's
it was
true.
amazing after
He
that.
had fun.
I was worried that part of the trailer where he's like, oh, shush thing. Like, I thought it was going to be that the whole movie. And I was like, oh, no.
Me too.
But it wasn't. It was good.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
No, he bodied that.
I get upset when there's like little corny plot point things that's like try to sell. And this is why I call it like a kid's movie. It's like they try to sell the theme of the movie, right? Where it was like, oh, don't leave. Don't go to San Francisco. Why are you leaving? And I was like, dude, go to San Francisco.
He's acting like San Francisco is Compton, though. I
was like, dude, you can go through worlds by just throwing a ring and thinking about it. You can't go to freaking San Francisco with them. Look, who cares?
Nah,
the guy leave Green Hills.
He was
man.
following what he was taught. You know, once you leave a place, it's because it's dangerous. You can't come back.
No, that's why I was like, okay, this is for kids. You got to be like friendship, family.
Longclaw told him.
We couldn't. Oh yeah, what happened to Longclaw? Is Longclaw dead? Is that what we were supposed to think?
Hopefully, Longclaw gets turned into like an enemy or like a
Blue
robot,
ghost.
a robot.
All right, so that's kind of our Spoilae. Any other things you guys want to jump out that was your favorite moments before we move on?
He ate chili dogs.
He did.
Oh, now when Jim Carrey and Agent Stone are celebrating, and he goes for the pound, and he goes zup, and he just like,
my God.
He throat punches him.
Yes.
Punches
That
him.
shit, I laughed aloud.
Way more than you should have.
Way
He
more. I
laughed.
was like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
I looked at him like, why is this so funny to you?
That shit was hilarious.
I was like, what's
Open
happening?
neck.
I want to see the B-roll.
I
All of the
know.
B-roll.
Also, I mean, when movies are dealing with high-speed characters, you're going to get the rudimentary slow motion, everything.
Oh my gosh,
regular
I couldn't
motion
do it. I couldn't
protagonist.
The Quicksilver.
They did it fine.
They did it fine.
They did it fine.
That's like a pet peeve of mine. Like every moment's gonna be slow motion. I can't.
Right. Every time there's a speedster, you're gonna do something like that. Yeah.
I'm like,
I agree.
he's a special effects character. The slow motion means nothing to me. This is made in a computer. You know, like slow the camera down. I'm like, you built this yourself.
Yeah. It was still. I mean, I thought it was fun.
No, it was fun.
They still found ways to be creative in that. With doing that. But yeah, I am kind of tired of it. I don't want to see it anymore. It's becoming bullet time for me.
But like kids love it. That's why I was like, oh, kids are probably like, ah. But then like when he was like, pin yourself against the wall. I think that was my favorite part.
I'm gonna push back.
Oh, really?
I'll push back. They did something that they did that if you're gonna do it, fucking innovate on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Their use of sound. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So every time they did the slow-mo, there was a brilliant use of sound.
Okay.
Like Sonic jumping through liquid and making it, and then on the back end when he does it on the rooftop with the missiles, he like plays the bullets until like he's playing like little melodies and it's all on beat.
On beat.
And I was like, oh, little
And
Edgar Wright.
The score was nice. How they snuck in Sonic theme music from the
toward
games.
the back end, yeah.
There was one thing. I knocked Birds of Prey for it, so I guess I'll
now
knock
you're gonna
this one for it a
praise
little
Sonic
bit.
for it.
No. Like they did borrow kind of from Deadpool as well. Sonic is a breaking the fourth wall type character in this movie somewhat.
It started at the end and then you went back.
Yeah, so that's also a Deadpool type opening. So I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and say, but they do it better. Yeah.
I will say you're gonna enjoy the movie. It's gonna be a good time. It's fun.
Hell yeah, it's fun.
You're not gonna be like, why did I go see this? Why did I waste my time?
No, yeah, it's fun. I enjoyed it more than even Detective Pikachu.
Whoa.
I did.
We'll have to come back to that another time. That is
Right.
a bonus episode.
Bonus round now.
Exactly. All right, but more crucial information we need to get to.
How many rings we give it?
Oh, yeah. That's important.
No. How many beanbags?
How many mushrooms?
How many
bean
magic
bags?
hats?
How many pairs of shoes?
Oh, my man had. They lost the opportunity for what are those?
Yo,
Oh, totally.
the sister, his wifey sister was hilarious.
Yo, I love that
Natasha
actress so
Rothwell.
much.
She got the
was
goods.
fucking hilarious.
She's in Insecure, and she's
Okay.
literally my favorite character in Insecure.
okay.
I think she's been in a couple other things that you're just like, I love you. You're so
She was in
freaking
that. She was in
funny.
that movie with Tiffany Haddish and
Yes.
Rose Byrne and Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
Oh, the
which
one
we
recently.
like randomly saw that because, Alamo. Why not?
Well, Salma Hayek. I love her.
It was Salma.
Yeah.
Hayek.
Yeah, she getting mentioned a lot this episode.
Hey, is that
Yo,
the name
shout
of
out
this
to
episode?
Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek.
You're
I follow her on Instagram, first of all. It's like the best Instagram that exists. I just want to say that.
also you're.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
True. Yeah. So go see it. Have fun. Do the damn thing.
How many rings?
Oh yeah, how many rings? That's what we're doing. How many rings do you give Sonic?
You first. You never go first.
Me? I never go first? Okay.
You never do. You either make France do it or me.
I make mad dead air.
But you can use your dead air now while I'm talking.
Wow, marriage.
Blocker.
Time for you to think about it. I would give it 7.5.
Rings?
Yeah, 7.5 rings.
God damn.
That's good, right?
That's good.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad movie. I was just like, it's for kids. That's how I felt.
I'll give it a 7.
Wow, lower than
She
you?
liked it more than you?
Doesn't make any sense.
Okay, all right.
I give it a 7.
Okay.
The product
He said it
placement
twice.
both took me out of the movie and also brought me into the movie a little more. I was like, that's the best product placement I've ever seen.
All right.
Product placement. Which ones?
Oh, there were some.
Olive Garden.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
there were some.
Oh, my God. I think I
blatant-
ignored them.
Zillow,
That's why.
Amazon.
Zillow, yeah.
Yeah, there was product placement in there.
You're right.
Oh
I
my
couldn't handle
God.
that.
Wait till
Every
they-
time they mentioned Olive Garden, I was like, oh my God, no one's going to Olive Garden.
Wait till they get to the casino night zone and like
Oh, jeez.
everything's a
First of all,
goddamn. Yeah.
Oh,
If only we knew like a musician who
You can play that for us
made
on like the
video
sax.
game related.
Shut up.
If only.
Only we knew someone.
If only. Oh,
That was,
tag 'em.
that was my favorite.
Yeah. So how many do
How many
I
rings
give
do you
it?
give it?
You went 7.5. France went 7. I'm going 8.5. Golden
Okay.
fried rings, chili dogs.
That's like 8.5 different worlds you could go to.
Sure. Bonus rounds, bonus worlds. It was really fun.
It
and
was.
surprisingly better than I thought it would had any right to be.
Yeah.
But listen, I was going to say the more crucial information is Westworld. That's what I'm
Goddamn.
saying.
The return of Babe.
Westworld.
Yes, babe.
More important. So, official trailer came out,
Tandy.
Several.
and I watched it on my computer first. I saw it like twice. And I was like, dang, this trailer is so long. There's so many things happening. And I feel like none of this is spoilers. And I still have no idea what's going on.
That's why Westworld is genius.
Facts.
It's like the whole time. I was like, what do I even do with this information? So that's kind of my question. What's your general consensus about this excitement? And did you even understand what was happening? So no, nobody
Who wants
got
to
it.
start? No. I just don't know who wants to start.
No, you got it.
First of all, you're brave for watching anything Westworld related on your computer.
I did. I
Because
know.
I
don't know why I
immediately
did
would
that.
get anxiety that the show I'm watching is hacking into my. Anyway, so
Next thing you know, there's like
Westworld is such a beloved show for me. Such a welcomed mindfuck that hearing you describe the trailer just now, Aisha, I'm like, you know what? Those son of bitches. None of that could be in season 3 of Westworld,
Right?
and I wouldn't even be upset.
okay.
The other trailer you had me see, which was like
Oh,
kind of
my God.
romantic.
Oh yeah, let me let people know
Yeah.
there were 2 trailers. I think there was a third one, but I didn't see it. these like secret trailers because there was like the main one and then these other like secret trailers that came out. So Mike is referring to that.
I'm referring to the one with Aaron Paul that's centered around Aaron Paul
and
interacting with
Rachel
Evan Wood, Dolores, excuse me, call her by our government, Dolores. And, you know, the music choices.
I could not.
It was this kind of cheesy romantic type.
They literally made it like a romantic.
Some Greta Gerwig shit.
I was like, no, that's just the saloon. All that is a type of experience. I'm not buying any of this shit.
I couldn't handle that trailer. I was like, stop it.
Yeah, I don't trust. Is it even on HBO? I don't trust it. It's on CBS All Access.
It's IFC Films.
What is love? So like, what is love without a little violence? Like this whole
here, Dolores.
thing. Like,
Do you believe in man? And I was like,
I was like, no, I don't want to buy any of this cheesy shit.
oh my
It was
god,
great.
it was hilarious.
it was the perfect.
It was like
typecasting.
how they marketed the Venom movie as a romantic comedy. That's what it was like. And you were like, what is this? Why is it working?
It was a
I'm
good
mad.
turn. It was a good turn.
Yeah.
I love these trailers. I still think Westworld is the smartest show on television. It does in a very long, drawn out way what Watchmen did in like a shotgun blast.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like it's drawing that shit way out to the point where I feel like that. Always feel like that dude, that technician who was like, "Am I a robot?
Yeah.
Is it me?
Exactly.
Is it me?"
Am I a robot?
That's still the smartest, and a Nolan is attached, so I'm not surprised.
Oh, a Nolan is attached to this season?
Yeah. No, Christopher Nolan's brother writes this shit.
Yep.
Oh,
and
right,
his wife, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember that because I saw, I think it was like an interview with him and he like didn't have a British accent or maybe he was making it go away because I was like, are you from somewhere else?
You can't trust anything.
I can't trust anything.
What if Westworld season 3 is just a trailer for Tenet? That's how I don't trust any of this shit.
Yo, I'll believe you
I don't
when
trust
you
any
say
shit.
that.
Okay? But I love it.
Yeah. No, I honestly had no idea what was going on the whole time. And the music choice that they use, not for the romantic one, but like the regular
5-minute trailer.
Yeah, it felt like it was fun. And I just tell you, I saw it before France did, and he was like, oh, let me put on the trailer. I was like, man, it's so long. I feel like there's so much happening. He's like, it's only like 2 minutes or something, or 2 minutes.
It felt longer.
It felt like it was like a 6-minute trailer.
Because
Like,
they don't cuts. There's like
No
the cuts do. Every other trailer cuts every 2 seconds. This joint has some long, drawn out jokes.
Yeah.
Woo.
But I guess like we've said so much about it, we haven't actually gone into what is actually happening in this trailer. Maeve seems to be,
Kill Billing it.
Yeah, Kill Billing it, but going against Dolores. So we have these two going against.
Right.
And then we have a bunch of new characters that we don't know what part they play. We've got Better Call Saul guy. I always forget his name.
Aaron Paul?
That's Breaking Bad.
Well, I mean, I
Better
think he
Call
does
Saul.
show up in
Better Call
Saul.
Breaking.
Better Call Breaking. Breaking Saul.
Ho, ho.
Todd from BoJack.
Facts.
Hey,
Todd.
there you go.
And then you have, oh my God, I love him. This guy, you know his name. The British guy from Ocean's 12.
He's not British. Vincent Castle is French.
What? Oh, okay, that's fine.
It's French?
That makes sense.
He's French.
Yes, he's in it playing some big ass character.
Yeah.
I think
Telling
he
me what to do.
I think he actually owns the freaking. I think he's the guy that owns the business, the place that owns Westworld.
Really?
Part of that
I
company?
think he actually is the one running the company.
Head of the board?
Yeah.
Oh,
the CEO?
maybe. And then we
Light
get
Council.
Will back.
Oh, Will's back and rehabilitated.
And like, I
focused.
still am not clear if he is a robot or not.
Get that man a suit and a gun.
I still
He's here to save the fucking world, apparently. Right?
Evidently.
That's what he says.
what?
I'm excited, and part of this might be my own adrenaline compensating for the fact that this might be the first season of Westworld where I get no Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, there's none. He's
Like,
gone.
I might get none of him.
Yeah.
Not even
Maybe a
Anything?
flashback in someone's mind, but I
maybe,
doubt it.
but I'm ready for us to have moved on
Yeah.
from it. So I'm hype. I'm on edge. But part of that is so that I don't let it hit me that I might not get any.
Oh.
I thought I heard
Ford.
his voice. I thought I heard his voice. It might have been AI.
Stop! Don't do that.
But I did it. But in that trailer, I thought I heard his voice
Don't
in
do
the
that.
room.
Don't give me hope.
And I thought I heard his voice. No, hopefully it's just a flashback, and we're in like this post-forward phase in a real way. But could be.
We'll see.
We
He's
will.
a Ford's ghost. Was that what it is?
I can't
All
stop
right,
it.
sorry. All right.
That could be the name of this.
No, Dolores, I have the high ground.
So March 15th is when we'll be able to see the first episode. Did you not know the release date?
No. I think I know who built Key House.
Whoa.
Stop it.
Ford.
You can't bring that up.
What door?
I can't.
All right, I'm sorry.
I can't.
Sorry.
Not.
Hold the Ford.
Are we in Westworld in Key House?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Massachusetts
layers.
world. I don't know. What?
We're in
Massachusetts World.
West
West
Massachusetts
Mirror.
world.
Seafood.
We're in West Mirror. Okay, that's where we
West
are.
Mirror.
Yikes.
We came up with this idea of like a mashup comedy movie about all those like sci-fi robot types of things like Westworld and Altered Carbon. And what was it called? It was called Altered Recall 2049.
Ooh,
All of them mashed
all of
together.
them. Yeah.
This is a constant trembling.
But question
Shout out
is,
to Rafi. He came
who
up
is
with that.
who do you peg as the protagonist actor person?
It's just a trench coat. It's just
with a
round
really
trench
high
coat.
collar? You can't see
Okay,
them.
so you can't even tell.
Yeah, and then
who
you're like, is it a robot?
Oh, okay.
It's a sentient
okay.
trench coat.
A sentient.
trench coat.
I'd watch.
He's trying to get free.
We gotta get this funded.
Well, now Amistad is in it.
No, you took that there.
Jaimin Hansu.
Anyway, we're gonna go on to the next trailer. I mean, I guess it's not as exciting, but
Damn.
I mean, it's
Speak
the
for
truth.
yourself.
Nothing is
Come
more
on.
You know how
exciting.
excited Christian would be to see this trailer?
What?
For
He
I'm Not
loves
Okay?
that actress from it.
Okay, it's
His
a
favorite
show.
actress from it.
I think it's a show, or is it a movie?
It's a
I don't know.
series.
It's a
It's a
series.
It's a series.
Coming out on Netflix called I Am Not Okay With This.
Right.
Very much rooted in teen angst. That is.
I don't think that's
seems
fair.
That's what it is. What? Come on.
Teen angst?
Look at it.
No. Teen angst. is
Dripping in teen angst.
I don't know. When you can do like superpower shit, is it angst anymore?
Yes.
Or is it awkward?
Or is it Chronicle?
Oh my God, that had the most teen angst. That was made of teen angst too.
One character is actually
nobody
composed
likes me.
of angst. His superpower was angst.
His superpower was angst.
He then forwarded that angst to
Yeah.
every other role he was in.
And then he was like, you underestimate my power.
Yeah. He was when the world needed him most. He was the angstiest of angst.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm probably gonna watch it. It's the same producers as Stranger
Shut
Things.
the fuck up. Wait, your husband is laughing.
But yeah. So basically, it's a story about a young girl who feels like what did he say? I'm just a average white girl.
nothing special about me.
Not special. She's like, but I get angry sometimes. And I was like, oh snap! Is she the Hulk?
Kicking over garbage cans in the school
Yeah.
hallway.
She was like, fuck this
this
can.
She's not
ends up
throwing cans in the school hallway
She
like
wasn't.
the Yeet girl from Vine Days. This
she
shit
also-
empty.
She also kicks it and like. She kicks it and there's nobody around.
No, yeah,
and
no
she
hall
just
monitors.
like goes to class
yeah,
again.
no principal. And from the trailer, it seems like whoever her like counselor is
Yeah.
encouraging her to do like all types of shit.
Encourage her to be
Here's
the
a
most
journal.
basic she can
Here's
be.
how you smoke weed. Like what she's miming. I think she's just
It's
giving
true.
her the worst advice.
Yeah, as counselors do sometimes. All the time. Most of the time.
yes.
Ooh.
But basically, she finds out, I guess she has powers. I'm going to be honest, it's not as clear what her powers are. It looks like there's super strength involved, but also she's moving things with her mind.
I
like,
think it's telekinesis more
Yeah.
so than anything else.
well, when she throws the rock and she hits that sign, it like
She telekinetically.
hit it as hard as she
Yeah.
could with a rock.
That's how the street sign in my house got put here, by the way.
That makes so much.
For the record, note the time and the date.
Note the time of
Oh,
when
that was a metaphor.
thing. So, are we excited about this? Levels of excitement? I don't know.
Mostly just,
Damn.
All right.
I'm not.
Whoa.
I'm like, all right.
Low excitement.
Yeah, because now superpowers and shit is the mainstream, and now the hook is the delivery of the narrative, and this narrative has been done OD times on the same streaming service.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm like, this is Stranger Things with superpowers in a different way.
But listen,
This is 11 with like, if she
Yeah.
was born in the
Listen.
States.
Disney.
She wasn't experimented on.
Disney,
she was just like, born like this.
Right. They're cornering the superhero market. Netflix has to swing back. Amazon has The Boys.
The
Boys.
boys.
Okay. They have to swing back. And whether they create their own or not, they're going to have superpowers somewhere.
Yeah. I just feel like it's the producers of Stranger Things, which means they aren't actually veering off their normal type of work. Some kids getting powers, doing things, or some magical things are happening around them, blah, blah, blah.
What if
I'm
this
like, you can't make stories about adults?
What if this girl with the powers is one of the numbered kids?
Oh, now you have
from
my interest.
Stranger Things.
Now that would get my interest.
And it makes sense because all the Stranger Things kids are in It, and these are just
They
more
are.
It kids.
More It kids.
Yeah, nah. They're
Still not interested. He's
Damn,
still not
France.
interested.
the only thing that's even remotely interesting about this are the dog tags that she has from her absentee dad.
Why are those interesting?
Because
It
that's
sounds like-
obviously where she got the powers from.
You what? What?
That ain't obvious.
It's dead obvious.
From the army?
Yes. Well, we're going to find out that she's like an octoroon or some shit and that she was a Tuskegee.
Oh
Okay,
my
all right.
God. He's
just-
taking it there. I thought he was going to be like
I know
super
it's
soldier.
February.
Yeah.
That's right. Revenge of Black History
The
Month.
Revenge of Black History Month.
Going
The
out.
whitest girl ever.
Yeah.
What is the last nigga on earth? Starring Tom Hanks.
But yeah, that's obviously going to be like
Who is she playing? Pam Grier? Anyway, what?
Oof. That's going to be the that was my one oof.
Oh, there you go. Drag.
Yeah, it's gonna be tied to this army thing. That's how it's gonna go. That's how they're gonna
Okay,
expand the
alright.
scope.
Okay.
And this the little skinny scrawny kid's gonna they're
Her
gonna go out.
boyfriend.
Barefoot
Maybe.
We
McGee.
don't
Her
assume.
boyfriend.
The barefoot Contessa, yeah.
Oh boy.
Barefoot, yeah. He all dressed up in his froofy shirt. He's like, who needs shoes?
Froofy.
Yeah.
Froofy,
that little
right?
frilly
Froofy.
Why'd you
That's
feel up your
something he
own
would say.
non-froofy shirt?
Because that's
And
what
why
the
do I
fruits
understand
go.
what you meant by froofy when I
See? You knew what I meant. People listening know what I mean, too. It's like Prince, you know?
don't do that. Don't do that.
Blouses.
Don't do that.
Game.
It's time for
Blouses.
pancakes, people.
Yeah. It's time to hit the old dusty trail. Catch us next time when, I don't know, we might talk about BoJack. Or we might talk
Yeah.
about Onward,
Yeah.
maybe.
I'm gonna go see the My
I don't
Hero
know.
Academia movie
What?
on Saturday.
The My Hero
The second
Academia
one.
movie? I haven't finished the
Second one.
season.
Okay, that's on you.
Because there's no dub.
There's also, let's see, early March. There's some things. There's
There's some really good things, not in our next episode, but probably the next episode after that. Quiet Place 2 comes out. Mm-hmm. And the Westworld episode would have happened. So that's going to be a really fun episode.
Yeah.
But keep tuning to all the episodes. Like we said, like, subscribe, share, write a review. Or if you do want to ask us a question, we will answer it on this podcast.
There are plenty of ways to hit us up.
So many ways and so many ways to donate. So, subscribe, like.